Hello, everyone, and welcome back to mistergeminian. This is going to be the love reading we'll just go down the list here for Aries for the month of December. We'll pull the cards and then I'll pull the energy of the person that's showing up in your reading and see what they think of you. All right. So let's get started. I won't pull runes for these since this is not a general read as far as like for the whole month. This is specifically romantic love. So Aries, let's see what we got for you in the month of December for romantic love. We'll start with the Lost Fairy Tarot deck. I like this one. Looks like Nintendo. Let's see what we got. Eight of Swords. You're in your head about love. You're thinking the worst, that you're unlovable. Or maybe you're in a relationship with somebody and you feel like they don't like you. Nine of Cups. The interesting part is, I don't know if this is you or the other person yet, but you really like, you're actually a very emotionally stable person. But when it comes to other people liking you, you really doubt yourself. Eight of Cups. So you walked away from something or someone walked away from something. You or someone else did, collective. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Comment below what resonates. I would like to grow my channel. What else do we have? The Six of Wands. Walking away was actually a good thing for you. Okay, so I think I'm getting an idea here. And then the Knight of Cups. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. You were in a relationship, collective, okay? And you actually found you were better outside of this relationship. And this is why you left it, right? So we have the Eight of Cups. Because being in this relationship was just torment for you. And that was good news for you. And when you left, you kind of became this attractive person as a Knight of Cups. You kind of like, you started going towards other people. People started coming towards you. Okay. So you started a new journey. That's what was so scary. I don't know if this journey was based on lust. I don't know if this journey was based on obsession or fear. But you're starting a new journey. I don't think it was fear, but it was definitely like schmecks, or it was kind of like a obsession with someone else, or just the idea of being single. You just liked it. But you left because you were betrayed in this relationship, the previous one. There was always conflict in that relationship. So when you finally left, you felt free. The Dreamland. So my only complaint about this deck, I'm going to show you this. This is the Lost Fairy Tarot deck. They did not give a box. I mean, a guidebook. This is my only complaint. There wasn't a guidebook in here. So I don't know what Dreamland is. So I don't know if your head's in the clouds. So I'm going to take this out just because there was another card and there's nothing to explain it. So I'm not going to try to guess it. Queen of Wands. Okay, so as I was saying, you left something, you became better, you started attracting people, you obviously show up as the Knight of Wands, right? You're very passionate, you're nurtured, you're very sexually attractive, but you walked away from a very negative experience. This is why you're willing to start a journey, but starting a journey scared you, walking away scared you. This sounds dumb, but I kind of feel like this was not a very sexual relationship and you were kind of looking for more physical intimacy. So let's go on with this. Let's see what we got. This is a very interesting read for like a love reading for Aries. Let me see what we got. So Eight of Swords by Eight of Swords. Wow. This past relationship you broke up with, let me just make this clear. If you broke up with someone or you, before it was going to become serious and you left something, oh shoot, let me put my microphone on. It's gonna sound a little bit better. I'm sorry it didn't sound the best right now, but it's gonna sound a little bit better for y'all. We're still gonna use it though. Let's try this one. Done. when you have an Eight of Swords clarifying an Eight of Swords, move this up so you can see it. That's really a big telltale sign that it was a very toxic relationship. This person had you second guessing yourself the whole time. It really just, I don't know, it just wasn't good for you at all. And that's why you left. I'm sorry, that was a very toxic situation you were in. What was this Nine of Cups? I think you knew financially you were okay on your own. And so that gave you a big sense of relief, right? So let's say you had to move out of an apartment, or you knew that when you broke up with someone, you had to leave the apartment, or if you had to kick them out, you could afford the apartment on your own. So you knew that gave you a sense of peace. Okay. What's the Eight of Cups? You knew the good times were over. You just knew that it was. It was nothing like it was started. I don't feel like this person, and I'll clarify this. I don't feel like this person, what's the word? Catfish you. I feel like the person you were with, once they get comfortable with you, then they're really all about control. They're really all about manipulation. And this person just did not feel very, I don't want to say they feel bad. They're just one of those people that's just who they are. And you learned that the hard way. Let me go back. What is this Eight of Swords? Nine of Wands. Yeah, I mean, not only were you second guessing yourself and feeling horrible about yourself psychologically, in this relationship, but you were doing all the work in the relationship. This person was always like, attend to my needs, attend to my emotional needs. You serve me, I don't serve you. You say sorry, I don't. That's really what I got. What's the Six of Wands? The Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, you realize that what you had to offer, you could offer to somebody else. And when you left, you realized you were a catch. But most Aries think very highly of themselves. There's nothing wrong with that, but most Aries do. And Aries tend to be very attractive, at least the Aries that I know. What's the Knight of Cups? Yeah. Wow. You literally okay, you're probably having a lot of sex this month. You're becoming a very sexual person. I'm assuming there was no sex in this relationship, the one that you just left, and you're definitely going towards that. Nothing wrong with that. Just be safe. Use protection, right? What's the Fool? You're having to look at things differently. I don't know if you necessarily went towards a lot of sex, or maybe this was a long-term relationship that finally ended, and maybe this was your first serious relationship. I don't know. But you literally had to look at the whole relationship differently. What's the Devil? The High Priestess. You really need to trust your intuition on what you need to involve yourself in when it comes to dating around or sleeping around. Really, really be careful with who you give your energy to. What's the Ten of Swords? Because you were betrayed, you are more cautious of who, like, you'll sleep with more, like, you'll sleep. I don't want to say you'll sleep with anybody, but sex is one thing, but then forming a relationship or dating someone is definitely like, you're not emotional about it. Oh, well, I'm so tired. You're not emotional about it at all. You're very objective. And if you just feel it, I think because the past relationship you just left was so hard on you, you're just not putting up with anything. What's the Five of Swords? Yeah, so we have a little bit of a repeat here on the Fool, right? So what this is saying is that you had to look at things differently because you were put in position in this past relationship to defend yourself, and because you were put in that position, you wanted to move away from it. I think a lot of this reading is about justifying why you left, and I think there's a lot of, I don't want to say regret, but you just weren't sure you made the right decision to leave. And I'm going to tell you, I really think you did, collective. Aries, if you feel guilty about leaving a relationship, I'm not saying you're a saint, but according to these cards, I think you had good reasons to leave. What is the Queen of Wands? Temperance. I think you're now just starting, like, I think by the end of the month, you're really going to calm down about all this newfound sexual partners and dating. And you're going to come back to yourself and realize, okay, I like relationships. I like relationship sex. I like having someone to come home to. And don't be quick to jump into something, collective. But, you know, just understand that you're starting to balance out. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands. So you're trying to decide where to go to next. Just as a little bonus read, I'm going to see who you're attracting. Aries, who are you attracting? Let's just pull 5 cards. We won't clarify them, but let's pull 5 cards. Maybe a lawyer, maybe somebody who is very detail oriented, very balanced. You're attracting a page of hedgehog. So you're attracting someone way different than what you're used to dating. This is someone who takes their time, they get what they want, and when they want something, they focus on it. They really decide if they really want it, they work towards it, and then they go for it. The Queen of Hedgehog. This is also somebody, if they're a page of hedgehog, right? Well, actually, let's think more than Knight of Pentacles. But the truth is, a page of hedgehog this is somebody who's always looking how to make their next coin, right? And so the Queen of Hedgehog is somebody who is financially stable. I don't want to say this is somebody frugal, but they love to nourish their money. They're very patient. Notice she's sitting on eggs and waiting for them to hatch. And this is someone that you're looking for. So I'm assuming the last person you were with was really draining you financially, because remember, you were the King of Pentacles. So you want someone who's going to add to your wealth, not take away. Knight, there we go. So what I said about the page is right here. Right, here's the Knight. I mean, what I said, this is the Knight, this is it. So yeah, you're finding someone who's very patient, very good with money. I don't feel like they're sticklers for money, but I feel like they're very good with their money. And you want someone who wants to build that. You want that attribute in a partner, because you like money. You're good with it. And last one. Ooh, what's hidden? This person's mysterious. Ooh, I gotta clarify this. What is this now? What is this? This person is the Empress. This is a very successful person in their own right. This is somebody who put in the right environments. They can, like, when we talk about a green thumb, about having the ability to grow things in a garden, this is somebody who, given the right environment, they can make anything flourish. This is what you're attracting. They just don't like to show it off. They're not haughty people where, like, oh, look at my Porsche that I drive. They'll probably drive like a Subaru or a Toyota, and oh, look at my fancy clothes, Birkin bags, and all that shit. No, they're probably using some knockoff bag, and I'm sure they dress nice, but they don't shop at like very expensive stores and whatnot. I'm really getting this as a man and woman, like a very heterosexual reading, which is fine. This could be same sex, but I'm getting more heterosexual reading. Um, and so Aries, you're attracting a very frugal person who doesn't like to show people they have money. All right. I hope you like this reading, Aries. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share. Comment below what you resonated with. And I'll see you next month.